I rewatched the last video I made on the fly after having a little sip of this drink that I made, and meditating on the beach. So I was like really relaxed, and I just turned it on and started talking after I peed and all that mucus came out. But so when I was up in that high alpine, actually it ain't that high, in the spot I've been higher, but between 8 and 10,000 I believe is where these amanitas love to be at. These were calling out to me, and after doing some research, I was like, I took a bite of a raw one, and I just felt like an hour later I just felt more to be in the present moment, and just overwhelming gratitude of being able to be where I was. And then I didn't touch them again. I just was collecting them. I knew I wasn't eating great, and I wasn't always in the best frame of mind, so I didn't want to play around. But there's all types of studies going on in universities about the healing of these things, and I'm sure there's students that are making drinks and teas and eating them and experimenting. But what's interesting is that it's not psychedelic, it's psychoactive. They work on the same receptors as alcohol does. And there's a guy, Zach of Eternity. I found his channel because he makes some really awesome raw food stuff, like wraps out of sun-dried tomatoes and cashews that don't fall apart. And I just kind of found him looking up different stuff with this, but there's people that have said that it's actually, they believe it aligned their spine, which could make sense if it's really making your muscles relax and you're in the present moment more. But I'm not doing this to get intoxicated. It's more just like a microdose to just experiment and see what it does, because a lot of people claim a lot of benefits. And when I took that bite of the raw one, I kind of felt it, and I didn't get sick or anything. But there is neurotoxic compounds in there, and when you make teas, you can convert it into muscimol, or I might be pronouncing it wrong, but that's the active component. So people, what Zach was doing is he puts it in water and he was setting in the sun, but he did mention in a comment as he updated, he's like, people are putting it in raising the acidity to 3 pH and then simmering it, and finding it beneficial that way. But I thought like lemons, they're 3 pH, so I put it in lemon juice and I set it in the sun, and then before I drink it, I'll put water in there to raise the pH, so it's not going to ruin the enamel of your teeth too much. So I'll just, what he showed is he breaks it up into pieces and you throw it in there. He was filling it with water, putting it in the sun, but I'll fill it with the lemon juice and lime juice, and that's what I did last time. And then I put it through a cheesecloth and filter out all the mushroom pieces. And I gotta say that when I ate the piece raw, and they smell really good, they have a good smell, almost like a pretzel. It's really good. When I ate them raw, even, like, it was probably the best tasting mushroom that I've ever tasted raw, which is kind of nice. So I don't think it really tastes bad. But yeah, I just took a little sip. I was meditating and on the beach, and after an hour went by, I just started talking, and I could tell like my words weren't catching up to my thoughts as much. But I didn't feel high or anything. I just felt really relaxed in the moment. So I'll just give an explanation of that, so people don't worry and think it's because I was eating so clean that I'm like drunk or something. But no, I'm feeling better than ever. And this is just the beginning. So God bless.